Hello students, this is Anandam. Myself Dr. Uday Kumar Gupta, Associate Professor, School of Management and Commerce, Sage University, Bhopal. Now we are discussing about the managing communication. The objective of the study to understand the meaning, scope and features of communication, to understand the communication process, how to achieve effective communication and the benefits of effective communication. So now we know about the what is communication. The term communication has been derived from the Latin word communicare, which means to impart or participate to transmit. The word communicare is derived from the root communis, which means to make common or to share. The Oxford English Dictionary defines communication as the action for conveying or exchanging information and ideas. The term communication is freely used by the management thinkers, behavioral theorists, and the general public. The definition of communication is given by the different management thinkers. Here we are discussing about the Newman and Summer, an exchange of facts, ideas, opinions, or emotions by two or more persons. And the another definition given by the Kuntz and O'Donnell, communication may be defined as the exchange of information, at least between two persons, with a view to create an understanding in the mind of other, whether or not it gives rise to conflict. So we say the communication is the process of sending information to a receiver so that the receiver understands it and respond to it. Now we come on the business communication. Billions G. Scott defines business communication as administrative communication is a process which involves the transmission and accurate replication of ideas ensured by feedback for the purpose of eliciting actions which will accomplish organization goals. So we say business communication is goal oriented. The rules, regulation and policies of a company have to be communicated to people within and outside the organization. Business communication is regulated by certain rules and norms. The scope of communication. The scope of communication means the normal functioning area of this subject. Since communication is essential in every sphere of human life, its scope is wide and pervasive. Communication play an important role in personal life, in developing good relationships in society, in professional life, in management, in developing industrial relationships, and also in international business. So we say the scope of communication is so wide that covers almost every sphere of our personal, social, professional, and international lives. Now we come on the features of communication. Communication needs minimum two persons, one is sender and the receiver. Communication is a two-way process. Communication is a dynamic process. Communication is pervasive. Communication may be oral or written. Communication has a message or purpose. Communication is a universal process. Communication process. Communication process is start with the sender, that also say initiator. He makes a message by the encoding process and communicate by the channels, different channels, oral, written, verbal, non-verbals, and the receiver receive it and decode it and give the feedback to the sender. That is all about the communication process. There are different elements in the there. Noise is the element which is disturbing the communication process. Now we are discussing about the one-to-one elements of the communication process. The sender is the individual who initiates the communication, sometimes also known as the encoder. The information being transmitted. This includes both verbal and non-verbal data. Encoding, it is the process of selecting, formulating the information to be conveyed. And the other elements are the channels. The channel is the means to convey the message. A communication channel may be the verbal, non-verbal, spoken or written. Receiver, the person to whom the message is transmitted and who received the message. In order to decode the message, the receiver has to be ready to receive the message. And decoding. Decoding is the process of translation of symbols encoded by the sender into the ideas that can be understood by the receiver. So after decoding, the receiver understands the message and give the feedback. Feedback is the receiver's response to a message. It may oral, written, and non-verbal form. It is necessary to ensure that the message has been effectively encoded, transmitted, decoded, and understood. And the last one element is the noise. Noise is anything that has a disturbing influence on the message. Noise may occur at the sender's point during transmission or at the receiver's end. How to achieve effective communication? The communication for a purpose, if the communication has a purpose, its message is drafting very carefully. The audience, if the sender is know the audience, receivers select the appropriate medium, provide the feedback that all these things if we follow, that this becomes an effective communication. What are the benefits of effective communication? Effective communication makes the healthy relations. You increase your performance, better performance, boost your morale, you create a good image, you can achieve the final goals, smooth functioning, greater efficiency, increase the productivity, make the effective decision making. It will also increase the cooperation and coordination among the employees and the persons. So that is all about the communication, effective communication. And in the next slide, we are discussing about the 7 C's of the communication. So thank you very much for your giving time and patience. Listen to me. Thank you very much. Says Anandam.